am waiting for a pizza, so I figure while I'm waiting for that, I let you guys know what's going on. The first thing I should say is that Dynasty Warriors 9 got an update last night where they basically force the siege battles on you on certain castle levels. Now, the problem with that is that you can get basically two-shot by anything on Ultimate Mode, especially from the flaming arrows and stuff. It basically makes the game a lot slower. As a result, I probably will not be playing the Hypothetical DLC. The Hypothetical DLC in general tends to have a lot of padding, fetch quests, and waiting and stuff before you can actually get to the actual battle. A lot of people have been complaining about it, and by that I mean pretty much everybody in my Discord, the only 5 people that still play the game, so I'm probably not going to be playing the game much at this time. I don't want to make things sound like this is a big deal or anything. We had to remember a couple months back when they introduced the raid bosses, they basically dropped junk. And then within a month or two, they fixed it, and now there's actually a pretty good incentive to fight them. So I'm sure they're going to get a lot of complaints from the Japanese community, and they'll probably fix it. But for now, the game's just a massive slog to play, and I was already experiencing some pretty major fatigue to begin with because there's just still not much endgame content. Also, next month is going to be pretty difficult for me because there's just not really anything coming out to begin with. I might get some random indie games or something, but there's no big releases in May at all. And even if there was, most of my ad revenue and Patreon revenue is going to have to go towards my trip next month. As you know, I go to Fanime every Memorial Day weekend, and I basically have not paid any of it off yet. So I'm basically going to be using that opportunity. There's just no games to play to pay that off, and then probably just play some other stuff. I am still playing Nioh. I have a lot I dislike about that game. I talked about it in my recent commentary video, but it's a lot of fun to play co-op, and I am starting to get better gear, so I'll probably be playing that more on the channel and the stream. Maybe throughout May. It depends on whether I get burnt out or not. As you can see here, there's nothing coming out that I am interested in at all. May is looking pretty barren. Shakedown Hawaii I might get, but I didn't really play the last game, Retro City Rampage, that much, so I wouldn't even really apply for a review key for this, honestly. I'll probably wait and see what people say. It would only be $20, so, but I don't really think that's something you guys would be interested in watching anyway. That'd probably be something I just play casually when it's on sale or something, so that one's ruled out. Crystal Crisis, I might get a review key for. I used to be a pretty avid Puzzle Fighter player, both in the arcade era and on the 360, the remaster that they did. So I'm kind of interested in this. It is only $30, but I don't really think it's something the channel would be particularly interested in watching. So it depends on how things go. I've looked through here numerous times. There isn't really anything else. Super Meat Boy Forever. They pushed this back to an undetermined release date. I believe it might come out next month, actually. So if that does happen, that would be something I'd get for sure. I really enjoyed the first game, and looks like it's just going to be more of the same, so I'll probably get that when they have a release date. Crosscode I do have on PC, but I never really got that far into it. I hear they're adding some stuff to the Switch version, so when that has a release date, I'll probably get it. But like I said, there's no concrete release date for it. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, I assumed that I could get a key from this from Koei, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't know exactly who's publishing it. Basically, the way their content creator program works is that if they didn't publish it, they don't have keys for it, so that rules out. You may remember I had to buy One Piece again on the Switch by myself, and that was because they don't publish it. Same thing with Hyrule Warriors and things like that. I believe Fire Emblem is also under that kind of rule as well, so I am kind of interested in this. I'm kind of upset that it's Switch exclusive. I really don't think the Switch can handle a game like this at a consistent frame rate. I would love to be proven wrong, but I don't know. It just feels like it's going to have a really choppy performance, but we'll see. Astral Chain is coming out in August. I would like to know more about this game before I hop on board. Like I said, being Switch exclusive, I don't want to play a slideshow character action game. I'd like to be proven wrong, but I don't know. We'll see what happens there. I am still kind of miffed that this has a release date and gameplay and everything, and Bayonetta 3 was announced a year and a half ago, and there hasn't been a single second of gameplay. I'm honestly more interested in that game, to be honest. I definitely want them to improve on a lot of the things they screwed up with 2, but I don't know. It's just kind of hard to pass judgment on that game. Astral Chain as well. considering it's only 4 months away, they really haven't said much of anything. So that's probably a for sure game that I'll cover. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, I'll definitely need to see more on that as well. The next thing I'll be doing for sure is going to be Ninja Warriors once again. I believe they have some kind of BS copyright issue where they can't call it the Ninja Warriors once again. They have to call it the Ninja Saviors once again outside of Japan. It's going to be getting a physical release. I actually grew up with this game as a kid. I know a lot of people did not play this game as a kid. I'm sure a lot probably discovered it through emulation many years later. It's definitely one of the best beat 'em ups on the Super Nintendo. They haven't really said much about how they're going to be revamping the mechanics. I think the game still holds up really well. You know, the graphics, the presentation, especially the soundtrack are great. I'm definitely interested in hearing the remixes. I believe this comes out in July. I don't think they have an actual release date yet. I'll probably be getting the Switch version because, you know, I like to play pretty much all the smaller indie style games, you know, the 2D stuff, and, you know, the games that aren't like massive time investments. I like to get them on the Switch because they run fine, and it's better to have them portable. So that is the next thing I'll be doing for sure. May and June are looking pretty barren, honestly. Dynasty Warriors 9, they really have not said anything about the future of the game, like if they're going to continue supporting it. We're getting the last piece of the Season 3 DLC in a few days, actually I believe tomorrow, but I'm not really interested in playing it because they just made breaking the gate much slower, and they also blocked the grappling hook use in some areas as well, so I'm not really interested in playing that, unfortunately. I'll probably be working on some other stuff in the meantime, so thanks for understanding. It may come to the point where I do have some extra money next month. We'll see how things go there. My family's going to be helping me with the badge, and then I'll just need to pay for the train ticket. I do not know if I'll be staying up there past the convention like I have for the past few years. I did not do that last year, but the 2 years before that I did. In the event that I do, I don't know if I'll be able to upload daily. It's looking like I'm not going to be at this point, so I would pretty much be back that Monday and be back to entertain you guys. But it's looking pretty barren right now, honestly. There's not really even anything on Steam that I'm interested in at this point. So this is the next major thing I'll be doing, and then immediately after that, about a month or so, will be Astral Chain, and then maybe some small stuff in between there. I did get a review key for Dusk Diver, but for whatever reason it's locked at 30 FPS, and I don't really feel like making an overview for the game and stuff and having it run at 30 FPS and have it potentially get a lot of views. Like, you know, a lot of my indie game overviews and stuff, the smaller games, the non-Muso stuff, has actually been performing quite good, better than the Dynasty Warriors 9 stuff even. I don't want to put like a bad look on their game, especially since they are going to be putting it at 60 FPS at some point. I don't really know exactly what the issue is. I played the demo. The demo was quite fun. That's why I submitted a key request. But you know, they said that they can't get it running at 60 for whatever reason. So I don't know what to do there. I apologize in advance that the next few months are pretty barren. I do have a little bit of a backlog on Switch. I also do have access to some new games from my friend who we're game sharing with on Steam. So I might go back and play some of that stuff as well. So yeah, bear with me. They haven't really said too much about this game in general. You can see here, you can see a little bit more of the level. The sprites have been improved as well, but they haven't said anything if the combat is going to be improved. I'm kind of interested to see what it is they'll do with this game. I definitely played the crap out of it when I was a kid. I think I was like 8 or 9 when it came out, so I am really excited for this game. I know it's not like a big name release that most of you guys are going to be interested in, but it's a lot of nostalgia for me. This is actually one of those nostalgia bomb games. It's actually aged quite well. You know, the mechanics and graphics and music are really good, like I said, so I'm interested to see what they do with it. I'll probably be getting the physical version. I don't know if they do content creator keys, but I'd like to just buy this myself anyway. I know I'll play it quite a bit. I played Wild Guns quite a bit as well. Anyway, that's it. The next month in June is going to be pretty barren, like I said. I do have some backlog stuff like Vesperia I never really finished. I did buy Ys 8 on Switch, so I'll probably try to get a port review out for that. I do have Dragon Quest Heroes 2, which runs a lot better than the PS4 version. You can also up the damage output via Cheat Engine, so I might look into doing builds for that for the martial artists as well. Thanks for watching, and thanks for understanding. Peace.